All right, Devil Horn, salute. I just heard last Bobby Allison. I usually cry, but when I just did my shorts tribute video today, I was so teary-eyed I couldn't even see my keyboard there. No, I had back in the early 90s, I'm not sure what year, I was out at I-70 Speedway out there in Odessa, Missouri. It's a little half-mile oval asphalt track. It's like the Bristol of the Midwest without the big Coliseum seating arrangements, but I-70 used to be comparable to Bristol at the time. So every now and then NASCAR would send out a car, some drivers, meet and greets, autographs and that. And one night I got to meet Bobby Allison and Michael Waltrip before Michael Waltrip was really big, before he ever won a race. And I got to shake his hand. I got an autograph. I wish I would have still kept the autograph. I think I sold it or something happened to it years ago. But I shook his hand with this, and the joke was I didn't wash my hands, first of all, for weeks, and I didn't masturbate for fucking months. I was, you know, one of those religious experiences when you really meet somebody up there. That's probably the most famous person I ever met in my life. And no, I was sitting here doing a shorts this morning and I was all teary-eyed. But I started with the Wood Brothers. I was just getting ready to do Bobby Allison next, and then I found out he passed away. So I want to give up a few minutes, moment of silence. All right, silence is done. Let's do some racing throwbacks. Let's pay some respect to a real NASCAR legend in the good old days before the Bubba Wallace.
Here you are with Davey Allison in that second position. Bobby Allison stays up in front.
And they're beginning to mix it up back there at the back of that pack. All of those drivers battling for position as well.
They realize there's some extra pickings further back, and that Bobby Allison is doing what he predicted he would do. Run this car hard and keep it out in front. Davey Allison not relinquishing anything to his father. Stays right with him. Judy Allison looking on as her husband and her son battle it out in the $1.5 million Great American Race. Out of turn number
Imagine your family coming in first and second. Oh my God, the payday.
Going through his mind right
just for a few hours of work.
From Harold Kinder.
Last lap. Parsons lies third. Texas Terry Lamatti is in fourth. Neil Bonnet, the third member of that Alabama gang, back in fifth. And those two leaders draw away a bit. Davey Allison coming after his father. Looks down inside as they take it high in turn number 2. Back straight away, final time to decide it all here this afternoon.
Davey, what are you going to do?
He's got less than half a lap to do.
And they have enough lead. I believe it is going to be a battle between the father and son. I don't think anybody else can try it, but here he comes. He's going to
the bottom. He's down low. Bobby Allison high. Davey Allison trying the inside move. Bobby Allison holds him off. They come to the stripe, and the winner of the 30th annual Great American Race, Bobby Allison. Davey Allison, his son, in second. Judy Allison ecstatic. What a tremendous family performance.
Look at Bobby waving to Davey.
Did you hear Davey say I made a try for?
All right, let's check out this.
Here they are coming down out of the corner. It is Earnhardt going for first place.
Dale Earnhardt.
Car number 3. It is a Chevrolet against a Buick. Here they come to the line. Crowd is on its feet, cheering at the stripe. They're going to make it 3 wide. Down to the inside. Here comes Bonnet. 3 deep going to turn number 1. Neil Bonnet, bottom of the racetrack. In the car. Earnhardt right in the middle. Stuffs it in there.
If you don't believe Neil Bonnet will mix it up with you, just give him the opportunity. He sees it.
Here he comes. Back straight away. Bonnet wants first place from his old hunting pal. Neil laughs a lot. He says the only thing that he has not hit me with is the stuff we carry around while we're hunting. Let's see if they mix it up here. Bonnet on the inside. And the spinning companion of the off-season Earnhardt on the outside. Wheel to wheel at 190 miles an hour. You can't get it much better than this. Here's Waltrip moving. Oh, they touch for a moment. They just nipped each other. Bonnet looking over at Earnhardt and saying, no way am I going to let you take this without a fight. Back they go, and look at this tremendous assault. Earnhardt springs up the inside into the lead. And It's a side-by-side running, slows them down. It's amazing. Bonnet had an opportunity. He grabbed it, took it, and walked the blade back and let them slow down, and then whipped by them to the lead. That's right. They snapped the whip and Earnhardt.
I'm sure you guys like that old Earnhardt footage.
Earnhardt, the yellow car still in the picture, but Buddy Baker.
Buddy Baker.
One of the real. Oh, we have a problem. Going to tire.
Bobby Allison with a horrible crash here on the front stretch. It has torn out a complete section of protective railing separating it. Alan Kowicki becomes involved.
Debris and is collecting other cars. There was a lot of debris in the front stretch. Kowicki was involved. Richard Petty, I think, is another one of the cars. Lots of debris on the front stretch.
He has torn out a whole large area of guardrail. There it is, protecting the crowd from the racetrack. And he came very, very close to going into the stands. The car became airborne and went flying literally into that wall and catch fencing. But fortunately, it did stay onto the racetrack. Bobby Allison is moving around in the race car, and that is certainly good news for us, but he has to be quite shaken after a tremendous crash. The red flag has been brought out.
There's Bobby getting out of the car. I told you that Bobby's car, though, was heavily damaged. It did stay together. The integrity of the roll cages intact. The crowd is giving Bobby a bit of warm welcome out of that machine, but the car lived up to NASCAR standards.
Larry, I think a tire blew. I think I saw a tire coming apart while he was right here in the tri-oval nearing the starting line.
Right rear, it begins to shred, and the car goes out of control. You're at 210 miles an hour. You can see the right rear going. You see the debris there on the left-hand side of your screen. Earnhardt avoids Bobby. The car goes backwards. The aerodynamics get underneath the car, and Allison gets up into the fence. The aerodynamics lifted the car. They're not built to go backwards. Right underneath Harold Kinder. Harold, he stayed in there. Boy, I'll tell you, talk about a trooper. Kinder is right there. He's got the yellow flag out right away. That is a veteran, competent flagman.
There's a tire going.
Here's another angle of it, and we'll just let you watch it because we've covered it well.
We're right underneath the flag, man. Holy shit, I never noticed that.
Becoming involved in it, but
something going down there.
Came down now. They were running over the debris of the Allison car, and tires were blowing, and therefore they became involved in the crash. There's Petty, Alan Kowicki, Phil Parsons made contact with the Bobby Allison car.
I'm with Benny Gertel. He's team manager for Stavola Racing. Benny, you were close to that accident.
Yeah, I was up there spotting for Bobby, and when he come through the tri-oval, the right rear tire blew, and that the air picked up the car and sent him right into the grandstands and ripped on a portion of the fence. And then when he came back up,
all right, running low on time, a little bit extra here.
And still,
he is still gaining.
Comes in. 3 laps to go this time. Down to the turn number 1, 22 the leader. The 15 is there. Bobby Allison seemed to get a little breath that time. Able to hold that lead and sustain it, pick up a couple of car lengths. But back in turn 3, it's all Earnhardt. Crowding in.
That's right. Earnhardt drove for Bud Moore for a season.
Allison's still there.
Took the Wrangler with him, but he drove for Bud Moore.
Now that back straightaway, white flag this time. Closing as he gets down to the inside is Earnhardt.
He's just going to run out of time, Ken. He's really
there is Earnhardt in your picture. White flag.
White flag, Earnhardt, you better catch him.
Dale Earnhardt closes up to within 5 car lengths. At the finish here in Richmond. Back straightaway. There's Bobby Allison in front. Here's Earnhardt. One last stab. Digs deep. Charges. Here they come at a turn 4. Earnhardt is coming to the inside. He's 4 car lengths back. Allison takes the checkered flag.
The third place car is on pit road. Not going to finish.
There again. Staggers on the pit road at the end of the event.
That's Dale Earnhardt in a Bud Moore car.
Dale Earnhardt up congratulating Bobby Allison on his 74th career win.
All right, guys, just a quick tribute video. There's so many videos out there. Bobby was racing when I was born in 1964, so he'd been around for a while, but no, I'd met the man, shook his hand, and I was actually a little teary-eyed today. I just started doing this NASCAR Bootlegger series. I just seen what would happen to it. I've done 2 videos. I've got a couple hits on it. It didn't pick up the steam I wish it would. I'll give it a few days. just tribute to Bobby. I remember when Davey passed away. God, that sucked. They also, I think they had a son called Clifford, and he had died in a tragic car wreck, racing accident too. So no, the Allison family made some money in NASCAR and paid a heavy price for the money they made in NASCAR. So Horn Salute, hit that like and subscribe. This is just one of those circumstances. I would have done a tribute video anyway. But see what happens with this. If there's any more things, I might come up with it. We never know. Hit the like and subscribe, race fans. Season's over today.